Hello everybody, it's me, your good friend Sparky, and I didn't really intend on playing this game. At least not at the moment. I intended to schedule this project for January of 2024. If you're watching this as it's being uploaded, it's December of 2023. And I originally had a much more complicated project planned for December. But life, existence, current events in the Sparky household? Question mark. Um, Things have just been so utterly 100% terrible and miserable lately that I just don't really have the motivation to work on a complex project like I was planning. So instead, we're playing Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud is by far one of my favorite games of all time. One of the best PlayStation games I've ever played. And it is a crying shame that Dark Cloud as a series never really continued past the PlayStation 2 era. I am technically playing this on PlayStation 5 because I downloaded the digital PlayStation 4 version so I could record it in beautiful high definition without too many bells and whistles and jumping through hoops and things like that, because recording off of my PlayStation 2 might require some extra adapters and things like that. I don't really feel like hooking up right now. But regardless, this works. This looks really good. And I'm going to enjoy myself. I need to do something I'm going to enjoy, because if I don't do something I'm going to enjoy, I feel like I'm going to go even further insane, and it's just going to be Sparky misery 24/7. If you want further details on why things have been so miserable, please check out the latest State of the Sparky episode that would have uploaded yesterday on upload date today. I think. Yes, that makes sense. But yeah, go check that out if you want more details. I won't go into it here. Right now, I'm just going to focus on the video game. Because, what's the start button? What counts as the start button? The touchpad counts as the start button. Okay, that might take a second. We are starting a new game, because I don't have any save data. A book was found in some old ruins. All the scholars who decoded it puzzled over the mystery of the book. A world with 2 moons illuminating the sky. The many dazzling adventures of a young boy. But whether or not this is a true story, do you believe in the story woven in the book? Maybe it's a fantasy that existed only in a boy's heart. Let me tell you this story. This ancient book tells of a magical, mystery tour, and magnificent fairy tale. And the hero of this wondrous tale, whose name is... And we get to name our main character. Let's see. It'd be boring if we just stuck with the, regular name here, you know? So let's think of a new name. Let's see, our main character is, young boy, from a rural area, like out in the middle of nowhere, typically. Very small village type area. Wears a green hat. He wields bladed weapons, just in case you didn't know. And the story involves resurrecting ancient evils and dark magic, and it all reminds me of something, but I don't know. I can't place it for some reason. What is this game like? Oh, right. This is basically PlayStation 2's version of a Legend of Zelda game. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe it in many aspects. So we're gonna name him Link. And welcome to the Dark Shrine. Where we have ancient rituals happening. And these guys worshipping the giant cauldron. Lady in skimpy outfit. And they're all starting to dance in unison. You've gathered quite a few of them. I had a hard time finding dancers with the right qualifications. Look at them. Their dance of blood. Mixing the blood of witches with that humans is key to breaking the seal. However, I do have some problems. In order to produce good material, you need adequate... Procure good material. I see. I'll pay you extra. That should solve your problem, huh? Yes, sir. Thank you. The dialogue is proceeding automatically. So when will it happen? Very soon, sir. Let us enjoy the ceremony till it is time. Indeed. Why are they blue? Why is she kind of purple? I don't know. I guess part of the qualifications is that you need to have a blue-hued skin to perform this ritual properly. Also, it bothers me that the lady is not quite in unison with the rest of the dancers. She's just a little bit off. I feel like this should deduct points for their synchronizing there. Like, sir, do you know the legend of the Dark Genie sealed in the urn? Of course. How much money do you think I put into acquiring this urn? I've been waiting for this for years. Now this legendary power is mine. Indeed. 400 years ago, the Genie of Darkness appeared in the east, and with its evil power, the world was burnt away. What do you intend to do with such frightening power in your hands? You'll see. You'll all see. I feel like it involves taking over the world, if I had to guess. But I don't want to assume. I feel like if I assumed your evil plans, that would just be rude. So now is the time. Yes, sir, so it seems. And there he is. The Dark Genie. What? This is the Genie? The Dark Genie? Well, it is quite different than I imagined. A very Majin Buu scenario. Big, fat, unassumingly evil. The Ancient Dark Genie. This is it? Hey, who are you guys? Dots. Welcome back, Genie of Darkness. I broke the seal and released you. Therefore, I am your master. Oh, is that right? Whatever, fine. Yes, that's right. I haven't eaten for 400 years. Darn, I have to eat something. I need food. Food! Got you. Huh? Well, you won't have to pay him now. Stop it! Help! Uh-huh. Gulp. Mmm, delicious. Yeah. Also very Majin Buu-like. Wakes up and eats the first people he sees. And now we join unassuming village town. With the 2 moons in the sky. Hi, how are you today? Link, it's already started. Come on, let's go. Link, it's already started. Come on, let's go. Yeah, I heard you the first time. See, I told you, you should have hurried. Come on, we're late. I'm a staff member this year, so I have to go. Sorry. Oh, she left you. Link, hurry up. Slurp down your soup. Put on your hat. And off we go. It's village festival time or something. Hooray. Everyone's dancing and celebrating. Perhaps resurrecting their own evil genie. Wouldn't that be something? What if every synchronized dance anyone ever performed ended up accidentally resurrecting evil genies? That would certainly be something. Although these guys aren't nearly as in sync in spots. Yeah, it's gonna be a great night. Everyone's gonna have fun. And nothing terrible is going to happen. Nothing terrible at all. Look at the insect squirm about. Start there. Hehehe. Oh no! After image effects! Even firing lasers from his feet. Who does this guy think he is, Goku? And yeah, everyone's panicking and running, and everything's being destroyed. What a way to start the game. I don't think this was part of the ceremony. Link! Dramatic rescue! Except not really. I like him looking at the camera like, you see what I did there? Readjust myself in my seat. Hi there. Can you hear me? Open your eyes. Wake up. Hey! Ahem, I am the Fairy King. I am the entity that unties... Jeez. Unites all of nature's spirits. Listen well, young one, something bad has happened. Men blinded by greed have revived the Dark Genie. This Dark Genie is terribly powerful. Its power is so great that it could destroy the entire world. You saw it, your own village being destroyed right before your eyes. Not just your village, in a flash, many villages and towns were destroyed. In one night, half of your world was annihilated. Jeez. Who does this guy think he is, Thanos? Majin Buu? Thanos? Frickin' Ganon? Goku? He's a lot of things. It must be the men from the east. that performed the resurrection ceremony. Probably thinking to use its black demon power for war without realizing how frightening it is. It is darkness, pure darkness itself. Long ago, this so-called dark genie almost destroyed the entire world. Its malevolence is that great. The bad thing is that it has the same type of magical power as us, spirits. Unfortunately, we aren't powerful enough to destroy it. Young man, I see that you have a strong will that could withstand the evil power. Also a clear, kind heart. You might be able to fight against the darkness it generates. I decided to stake our fate on you. Let me bless you with power. In the form of a mystical thing on the back of your hand. Not the Triforce of Courage. There, surprise, it's called an Atlamelia. It's a stone with magical power. Oh, don't look that way, boy. I'll explain now. It might get too bright for your eyes in a moment. Do you know where this is? This is no simple empty lot. This was your village. But do not lose heart. As long as you have that stone, you can return it to its original form. You see, just before the village was destroyed by the genie, I saved the buildings and people by sealing them into spheres called Atla. It seems those Atla were scattered all around by its tremendous magic power. They were probably blown to different places around the world. It probably thinks everything is destroyed. You must restore the world before it realizes what happened. Absorb that which I sealed in Atla, using that Atlamelia, and bring them back. Then you'll be able to restore the world to its original form. You may even be able to create an even better world than before. Neat. You don't seem to understand anything I'm saying. Oh well, I'll give you another lesson when you acquire some Atla. Womp womp. So long. Bye, Rauru, Spirit of Light, Fairy King. Butterflies. And flowers. Signs of hope. Yay. Link, can you hear them? You should be able to hear them. Voices of the wind, voices of the trees, voices of the animals. And the voices of Earth. They're all calling for your help. Link, you will probably meet and say goodbye to many people. In talking to these people, you may receive clues to defeating the darkness. Look for them. Now, Link, your adventure will begin! First, go to the village chief's house. He'll show you where to go next. Welcome to Norune Village, or at least what's left of it. Because, yeah, it's more like a vacant lot right now. And we're finally in control, about, almost 19 minutes in. But that's fine. It's an RPG, a bit of a long intro. We won't leave you with just introductory cutscenes for this episode. Hello. Hi. I'm not dead. Ah, Link, you're alive! Seems like we're the only ones in the village that survived. We never dreamt this would happen. One night and our village is gone. Can you believe this, Link? I feel so helpless. I, the mayor of the village, can't do anything about it. What am I supposed to do now? Beats me, dude. I guess the only thing we can do is get help from the guardian of Norune Village, Dran. Dran will not abandon us. He'll help us for sure. I have a favor to ask, Link. Go to the Divine Beast Cave and tell Dran what happened. Divine Beast Cave is the cave outside towards the right-hand side. You've probably seen it before. I may be imagining things, but I sense something has changed about the cave. Be careful. This is the cave key. Cave key acquired. Neat. I put the things you might need in your bag for you. Don't get carried away. If you get in trouble there, come back here. I'll get you more supplies. Good luck. Yep. We can open this. A spiky bug's coming out. Prickly acquired. Cool. We found a bug. Let's see. Go into our menu, and we can see that, yes, we're giving some basic supplies here. We have tasty water, because every character in the game has a thirst meter down there. We get thirsty. Bread for recovering health. Repair powder for recovering our weapon durability. Escape powder for escaping dungeons if we need to. And we have an antidote drink to cure poison, should we get poisoned. And also, we found a bug. It's fishing bait. We can't fish yet, though. There's no water. And we do have our starting weapon, too, a dagger. Fairly easy to use default weapon. There are a lot of weapons that you can acquire in this game. And we can get into more details on that later. For right now, let's just head off to the Divine Beast Cave area that is all the way... I forgot the camera controls are a little wonky in this game. That's okay. All the way over here is the entrance to the cave. And a big keyhole. Use item with square. Indeed, we open up our item menu with square, and we use the key to get into the cave. Divine Beast Cave. And we can head to floor number 1, basement floor 1 specifically. So let's do that. Oh, hi. It's you again. It's for real this time, Link. From here on, you will be put to the true test. First, conquer this wretched Divine Beast Cave and find Dran's lair. That's your first goal. Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight in the dungeon. First, to advance to the next floor in a dungeon, acquire a gate key for the door leading to the next floor. Each dungeon has a different gate key. For the Divine Beast Cave, Dran's Crest will be the gate key. The gate key is almost always carried by a monster in the dungeon. You must defeat the monster to acquire the gate key. Since you can't tell which one has the key, you'll just have to defeat them all one by one. Next, I'll tell you about how to return to the ground level, rather than advancing to the floor below. To return to ground level, mind connect with me. In other words, speak with your mind. Or speak with your heart. When you do this, I will transport your body to ground level. Just select Leave Dungeon from the main menu. But be aware, if there are monsters left on the floor, the Mind Connect won't work. It will be blocked by their evil energies. In such cases, use the item Escape Powder to get out on your own. The Norun Village Chief has lots of it, so be sure to get it before you go. You can also Mind Connect with me when you go through the gate to the next floor of a dungeon. When you re-enter the dungeon, you can start at the next level, so you don't have to worry about losing progress. Next, it's on to weapons. Be aware that weapons are breakable. The more you use a weapon, the more it wears and finally breaks. Broken weapons will disappear. To prevent weapons from breaking, use the item Repair Powder. It will restore their whip. The longer you use a weapon by repairing, the more magic it absorbs from monsters and thus becomes stronger. It's said that when a weapon reaches its full strength, it can change into a more powerful form. Keep that in mind. Oh, I cast a special spell on the dagger you have, so it'll never disappear. But all the new weapons you get will during the quest, your quest would sound more natural, will disappear once they break, so be careful. Don't waste your hard work by letting a weapon break and disappear. Finally, the important stuff. The sphere, Atla, where I protected and sealed the fragments of the world. If you see an Atla, don't hesitate to touch it. You can absorb the contents of the Atla into Atlamelia by touching it. When you return to the surface, you will be able to begin reassembling the fragments of the world. Oops, today's lesson ran a little long. That's it for the lecture today. Now, Link, show me your true ability on this quest. Okay, yeah, geez. Let us play the video game. Indeed, it is time to start dungeon exploring. As we wander around, we gradually complete the map here. X is attack. Okay. That's not right. Okay, circle is lock on, X is attack. Of course, bats are a little bit annoying because they fly. Let's see, R1 is guard. And we are already getting our butts kicked. This is a bad situation. Okay. Let's, heal. Pick that up. Drop it onto our boy here. I'm gonna run away from you real quick because unfortunately at the very beginning of the game, we're not terribly strong, and having two monsters stacked on top of each other is going to prove to be a bit of a problem. Let's see if we can... Come on. Okay, there we go. And we were poisoned, unfortunately. Oh dear. Yeah, until we start leveling up weapons and things, it's usually recommended to not spend too much time on any particular dungeon floor if you can help it. Because we don't have access to regular items yet, and we're kind of left to our own devices. But we do have to at least beat enough monsters to find the dungeon key to venture to the next floor. And we need to find the map and stuff in order to be able to explore around the area more effectively. And of course we need to find all the Atla on the floor too. We just acquired one back there, which was Macho, who is a person, and we've acquired Lamp. Neat. Let's see. Oh, come on, really? Yeah, this is, not going great. I honestly might have to use the escape powder and flee because, boy, is this, a little on the tricky side. Yeah. Not a great first showing. But this game is rather difficult right at the beginning. Okay, yep. Let's escape. It might take a couple tries to get through the first floor, honestly. But the handy thing is that as long as we have the mayor to see, we can, go see him as many times as we want. And... oh, Adventure Day 1 dusk. Time does pass as we play. We can go see the mayor as many times as we want, and he will provide us with new equipment and things like that. Yep, okay. Thanks. Our items are restored. Let's try this again, shall we? We have to be a little more careful. The bats are annoying because you can't really, predict when they're going to attack. And also, yeah, we have our edit mode that we can't do anything with yet, but we can use that to quickly get around locations. It'll just pick us up and drop us off in various spots. Don't know how long this first episode is going to be, but I am determined to at least complete this first floor here. We did find 2 of the Atla, so, minor successes? Of course, every time we enter an area or leave an area, it does reset the floor here. The dungeons are all randomized every time you enter it. Oh, we got some river. Cool. Come on. Ow. Come on. Ah. There. Gotcha. Oh, well, we found Dran's Crest. Which means we can escape as soon as we find the entrance to the next floor. But we are getting thirsty. You know what? We do have a source of water here. You can find pools of water, and they will heal you and restore your thirst automatically. Which is very handy to find. Especially if you don't want to waste your thin supply of items. Oh, and we found a power-up powder. This is handy for upgrading weapons, but we'll get more into upgrading weapons at another time. There's the entrance to the next floor. That's good. Let's see. Oh, wow, it is just a party in here. Okay. Ow, 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 ow. My everything. My everything. Sometimes, honestly, locking onto enemies can be more... Oh, we got bread. Cool. Locking onto enemies can be more detrimental than not, because when you're locking on, you move a lot slower. We found ice. That's cool. Also handy for weapon upgrades. Which, again, we'll get more into that later. I'd rather save weapon upgrade explanation for when we find actual weapons, you know? You can use the water pools as many times as you want. Locating one is usually a very good idea for getting free heals and things like that if we need it. Yeah. I'm beginning to remember that the lock-on is not quite as handy as you would think. If you're in a one-on-one fight sometimes, sure, but honestly, usually... Soap. We found soap. Oh, we found the bone key. Interesting, interesting. I forget what the bone key is. Found an antidote drink. Nice. This is going a lot better than the last one did. And we're getting a warning that our weapon is about to break. So, let's take care of that quick. We have a whole weapons menu here, from which we can repair, like that. Dagger recovered. Very nice. Get rid of you. And now our dagger's abs is full. You can now upgrade it. So, weapon upgrading is pretty neat. Every weapon has a certain amount of slots that you can equip these special jewels and such to. And it has all of them have certain attributes: attack, endurance, attack speed. I forget what MP is. It also has elemental attributes. Right now we've got some wind attribute here. And these weapons are also more effective against certain kinds of enemies, too, which are divided into several different categories there. And we can take these jewels and do some upgrades. We can apply them into our attachment slots here. And applying this ice gives our weapon some ice attribute. And now, since its abs points are full, we can upgrade it. The jewel is applied to our weapon. It gets a little bit stronger on its own. And now, as you can tell, the ice jewel is gone. Now that +3 ice is permanently applied to this weapon, and we can equip more weapon upgrades into its slots. And it's also dagger +1 now. That's generally how it works. Weapon upgrading gets a lot more complicated as you go on, and you get other weapons, though. Your default weapon can never break, but you can never evolve it into other weapons. It's always, our dagger's always just going to be a dagger, basically. Stop by the water pool, recover our thirst. And yeah, this is going a bit more smoothly here, I'd say. I'm beginning to remember a little bit more about the best ways to play the game, because honestly, the lock-on feature is not fantastic, considering how much it slows you down. You can't block when you're not locked on. But just like the speed of movement is a lot better. Unless you're fighting a bat, in which case, I hate these things. Stop! Jeez. Alright. Recover from the poison status a little bit. Is the bone key? What is the bone key? A key made of bone. That doesn't help. I forget exactly what that's for. Let's see. Really, you do want to get enemies into combos the best you can, because that does stun them out of attacking in most cases. Trees. And what are you? Bomb nuts. Okay. This is a different kind of item. So we've also got these active item slots up here. Bomb nuts are a throwable weapon that you can toss and deal explosive damage to enemies with. And we can also apply our bread to the active item slot, so we can quickly scroll between our things at the top of the screen and use them with square. See if we can counter another enemy, and I can show off the bomb nuts. We found Macho's house. Very cool. All right, the bone keys for this. That's right. It's just a gate in the dungeon that we need to unlock. All right, so we've got our skeleton soldier here. Let's lock onto him, aim right towards him so we don't lose track of him. And we use our bomb nuts. And we earned a trophy. We throw the bomb nuts at the enemy and they explode. As bombs typically do. And I'm poisoned again. I hate you. But at this point, we have explored through the entire dungeon. We acquired some road, very nice. Well, the entire dungeon floor. We haven't explored the entire dungeon yet, that would be ridiculous. Oh, you. Get out of here. get a couple more treasures. We found the magical crystal, which reveals all of the locations of enemies and treasures on the map. And this is the map, isn't it? Yep. They were both right here, exactly when we didn't need them. We also have this guy here. That's a minecart. That leads to the back floor of the dungeon. Every floor has a back floor that you can explore through. I am dying of poison, and I'm really hoping I can get to water before then, because I don't really want to have to waste my healing items or anything. You know, I'm going to at least use the antidote, because we can get another one for free anyway. Yeah. The back floors are special areas of the dungeon that you need a special key in order to access with. In the minecart's case, you need oil to grease up the minecart's wheels and get them moving again so you can access the back floor. In the back floor, you can find a lot of useful treasures, but enemies are also much, much more difficult on the back floors. So it's a high-risk, high-reward sort of scenario. Anyway, we're at the end of the floor, finally. There's a big keyhole. Use item with square. We are going to do just that. We're going to use Strand's crest and open up the next floor of the dungeon. But we should probably go. This episode with the introduction and things like that has already gone on quite a bit. We will leave the dungeon temporarily. I get the feeling we're going to be assaulted with more tutorials in a second, though. Yep. Hi, Fairy King. Fancy meeting you here. Ha ha ha, seems like you finally came back with some Atla. Very well then, I shall teach you as I promised. The pieces sealed inside Atla are released by touching the Atla with your left hand, where the power of Atlamelia resides. Buildings and people that were sucked into the Atlamelia will be restored to their original form. Once you bring them back to the ground level, you can arrange them as you wish. By going back and forth between the dungeon and ground level, you can restore the Earth to its original form. That's your mission as the one who was granted the power of the Atlamelia. Now, let us move on. This may get a bit technical. If you wanted to place buildings, etc., press the select button while walking and go to edit mode. But my PlayStation 5 controller doesn't have a select button. You just press the left side of the touchpad in that case. Press the select button again to return to walking mode. I already did this a couple times, actually. In edit mode, you can reassemble buildings that have fallen apart and place them on the ground. Seeing is believing. Try it yourself. It must be faster than listening to my lecture. Oh yes, and if you ever forget the things I teach you, use this. A handy-dandy manual. Nice to know that the ancient powers of reconstructing the world come with an instruction booklet. It's a guide for using the Atlamelia and other things. I wrote it for beginners like you. Like me? How many others have there been? How many times has half the world been annihilated? I have questions. Manual can be selected from the main menu. Read it really carefully. Okay, I leave the world's reconstruction to you. I'll be watching. Ha ha ha, so long. Yeah. I guess since we're already very tutorialized right now, we might as well take a little time to show off the editing mode. We go into edit mode with our quote-unquote select button, and we go to the diorama menu with triangle. If you go into our assembly area here, we have Macho's house, we have trees, we have roads, we have rivers. For example, we can pick up Macho's house and kind of place it, rotate it around. Let's place it right next to the mayor's house for right now. If we go back down, we can now go to Macho's house. We found some bread. That's cool. And we found some tasty water. That's also cool. And we can go inside. But, nobody's home right now. It's just kind of empty at the moment, which is fine. What we can do, in our edit mode, is go to our inventory of things right here, and we can find items that belong in the house, this area. Macho, for example. We can place him in his slot here. And we go back down. Macho is back and walking around. Ah, Link, I missed you, man. Your smile really brightens my day. Hello. If you see my big bro, tell him you didn't see me, okay? I'm counting on you. How should I rebuild Norune? Yeah, we can talk to the, villagers here and get an idea of what we should use to rebuild the village and what they need in their, little lives. Fighting is what a man should live for. It's a basic fact of life, right? They give you little hints like that. Whoops, I hit the wrong button and now he's gone. Come back! I wasn't done talking to you. What will happen when it's done? That you should ask my big bro. Gotcha. Tell me how to rebuild your house. Look, don't forget to expand my room. And the barbell, put that outside. Alrighty. Now, if we go to the diorama menu, we now have slots here for a room and a barbell. We don't have either of those yet. But you talk to the villagers and they tell you what they need for their house, and then you find them in the dungeons and you place them in the appropriate slots, and eventually you complete the house and you're rewarded for it. And also, when talking to them, you get little hints on how the villagers would possibly want the village to be. Like their preferences, how they'd like their houses placed, who they'd like to live next to, things like that. If they'd like to be next to water. We can check out the diorama analysis here. We have 10% of our collection of items complete. We have 17% of the village completed, apparently. But our request percentage is 0. He mentioned that he would like fighting as a way of life. So we're going to move his house and put it right next to the entrance to the dungeon. Now, if you go to the diorama analysis, oh, okay, hold on. Maybe we have to talk to him again first. Where'd you go? Hi. Fighting is a basic way of life. That's a basic fact, right? I thought I was doing this correctly. Maybe not. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong. Or maybe I have to place it a little closer, like that. Maybe. Hey, did I do it right? Perhaps I'm doing that wrong. But basically, they all have certain requests, and you're supposed to fulfill them. I thought that he wanted that to mean he wanted his house next to the dungeon, but maybe I'm remembering that wrong. I'll figure it out. Basically, your whole village will end up better, depending on how much you complete their requests and how accurately you build it to their specifications. Yeah. It's a whole process in itself, but it's a fun one. It honestly is. Anyway, though, that's it for tutorial time, extra long first episode of Dark Cloud, I think. I'll try to make these a bit shorter as the episodes go on. This is kind of an extensive game, so I don't know how long this project's going to be. But, I probably won't have 50-minute episodes all the time. So until next time, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully things won't stretch on as long. This is your good friend Sparky signing off, and I will catch you later. I am going to very much enjoy replaying this game. I love it so much.